Hi class, this is Les Ledger. I'm your professor for this course, Small Business Management, and I can talk to you a long time about it because I ran my own business for 38 years. As I say in my introductions, I've lived every page that this book has. Some of them have been good days of life in those pages, and some have been very rough. But you're just going to be learning about it from vicarious information. I want you to do well in the course, and one of the things that you can do is do the following. Look over here on the left and read where it says Start Here. You can read about me, instructor information. Announcements you will see at the beginning of the course. I don't use those very much. I do use messages. In fact, when you're in the course with me, this is the way we communicate with each other. Not with emails, but with messages. Very simple. You just hover over messages, left click. And sometimes technology is good. Sometimes it's a little slow. There it is. You just reach up and create a message, and you'll be asked to write somebody. And here are all the students in your class. And here I am. Just put my name over there. As a matter of practice, I carbon copy myself, which you can see here, carbon copy. I just reach down and send myself a note to remind me that I have written a message to somebody. And I always put a topic. And when I can type, still can't get it right. Start up. And then I send the message. That's the way we communicate in the class. Now, let's go down here to syllabus page 1. It's very important for your success in this class for you to start off by reading the syllabus pages. Page 1 tells you about the course. Let's see what it says. Tells you what you're going to accomplish. Tells you what kind of material you need. Talks to you about extensions, which I don't believe in. This is a self-paced course. You know, in 8 weeks you're going to finish the course. You need to do all your work early. Just finished grading another course, and 22 assignments came into me on the last day. It's perfectly legitimate for people to send me assignments on the last day. It is not good for you. It's not easy for my grading. But the main thing, it's not good for you to try to do it all at the last minute. So, those are important. The other thing that's important is looking over here about student orientation, part 1 and 2. Take that if you've never taken an online course, even if you're an old, experienced student on online, look at it again. There might be some points that you'd miss. Okay? That's syllabus page 2. It's absolutely important that you read page 1, next to be followed by syllabus page 2. Now, this tells you the start date and the end date, and I hold true. The end date is December 9th at 11:55 p.m. Central Standard Time. No extensions. This I would suggest that you keep handy. Although this is a self-paced course, these are suggested dates that you should send assignments or complete assignments by. And I will tell you this about self-paced courses. If you don't complete the work required in the first week, there's a reason for you to be dropped. So I think that these are within the first assignments or within the first week. You need to have those completed by the end of the first week. You notice here, when you complete this, you will accumulate 29 points. To the right, you've accumulated 29. Let's run on down here to exam chapters 1 through 5. If you complete that by November 3rd, and you've completed all the other assignments, you'll have 254 points if you've done work perfectly. These are very important, these dates and the assignments. Now, notice over here on the left, this says Student Introduction. Where do you find that? You find that in Lesson 1, Course Procedures Test. Where do you find that? You find that in Lesson 2. Let's go down here. Exam 1, Chapters 1 through 5, you find that in Lesson 2. Read on down. The assignments are here in the center. On the left, that tells the lessons that they're in. Take, for example, the assignment of Student Introduction. It is in Lesson 1. Where do you find Lesson 1? Over here. You notice up at the top, before I get there, that you should have, if you have a new book, you should have a coupon for MindLink. It's important that you get the coupon and register MindLink, your coupon in MindLink. Follow those instructions and get yourself registered, because you have assignments throughout the lessons in which you have to go to MindLink. MindLink is a learning management system. You do the assignments online, they're posted to your grade book. What I found from teaching this course with MindLink, MindTap, the grades have gone up. I have more students passing the course. I have better grades with students who use MindTap. Okay, so we're back into Lesson 1. Let's open that up and see. If there's an underlined topic, then there's material behind it. Here, you find the objectives of the chapters 1 and 2. You also find PowerPoints. My suggestion to you is to read the book. My suggestion to you is, as you're reading the book, to print out the PowerPoints, put them beside you as you're reading the book, and make notes on the PowerPoints. That way you'll cover all the information in the chapter. Notice that you come on down, you come down to graded assignments. Here are the assignments that you're going to take in Lesson 1 and complete. First thing you're going to do is student introductions. It's very simple. You're just going to introduce yourself to your fellow students. Do you notice over here on the right that it says you must respond to 3 fellow students? You need to identify them by name. Dear Judith, dear Robert, it's nice to meet you, Albert. You address them by names. That's so that we can build collegiality in the course. You write your introduction, and then you respond to 3 other students. Moving down the task, the next thing is the Course Procedures Test. If you've never used BUSG, it is a device which will measure, or which will identify you. It identifies you by the pressure you put on the stylus. It identifies you by the way you form your letters. You need to open that up and follow the instructions, because you cannot take other exams or quizzes unless you have BUSG. Going further down, you have the Course Procedures Test. This is a graded test. I'm going to tell you how to pass it. Print syllabus page 1, print syllabus page 2, put them in front of you. Read the syllabus, take the question, then answer the questions. There's some simple questions like, where's the instructor from? And if you haven't figured out I'm from Texas, then you just don't pick up my nice Texas drawl. So you take care of that. Now let's go down into assignment 1. You notice that it's underlined, so you click on that, and what it's going to do is it's going to take you to the MindTap exam. It's not an exam, it's a quiz. And you complete that. Now, as I recall, you can take it twice. You have an open book. There's not anything to it. It just, MindTap makes you read the book. Okay, Now, continuing on down, Senate introductions, tests, assignments. Now, discussion board. That's another one of your first examples. You take the course procedures test and then discussion board. Assignment, answer at least one of the questions at the end of the case. The case is case 1. It's called Dash Locker. You need to read the book and find Dash Locker. It's at the back of one of the chapters. Then you need to comment on 3 other students' opinions. You need to answer your assigned part of the case, and then you need to respond to 3 other students. It's very important that you identify them by their name, and then you give a substantive answer to what they said, or make a substantive comment. Substantive doesn't mean, I couldn't have done it better myself, you did a wonderful job, I'm glad you're in the class. That is not substantive. So, let's go down and find out which question you answered. There are 7 questions. And for instance, if your name is Mike Smith, then here we would use Mike Smith. Your last name is Smith, so in Foot Locker, sorry, it's not Foot Locker, Dash Locker, you would answer question 2. The way that you answer it is you type the question and then you answer it. Then you go and respond to some of your fellow students who've answered other questions. This should get you well on the way. The only thing that I've forgotten is it's very important that you read the book. Let's go back over here and look at syllabus page 2. This is self-paced, but I suggest that you complete these assignments by the dates that are there listed. Remember, the assignment, like set assignment 1, is in lesson 3. Don't think I've covered how you do set assignments, so let's go up and look at that. Over on the left, set assignments.